Yesterday, Steve Carbon Tax Williams, CEO of Suncor Energy, came out and said that he doesn't think the exodus of foreign investments in the Alberta oil sands is over. Well, thanks, Captain Obvious. In fact, we have companies lining up to get out of here at this point due to Rachel Notley's business-killing policies like the corporate tax increase, the panic her royalty review caused, and of course her carbon tax. The carbon tax that Steve Williams supported and is destroying businesses and making Albertans poorer. Let's see, I'm sure I'm going to miss some of these companies, but so far Marathon Oil, Shell, Statoil, and ConocoPhillips have ditched a big share of their oil sands assets, and there are rumors that British Petroleum are looking at selling off stakes in 3 major projects in northeastern Alberta. California-based Chevron is also rumored to be shopping around 20% of its stake in the Athabasca oil sands project. Rachel Notley calls it a reorganization in the oil sands. I call it a reorganization of investments in the oil sands out of Alberta. And she also says that we're seeing a specialization within the oil and gas industry, and she thinks our national companies are the best ones to take that all over. The NDP are pleased, and so is Steve Williams. Williams has been quoted as saying, "We are advocating in a modest way to work with government so that we can strand some of the oil in the oil sands." That's an anti-oil sands statement if I ever heard one. We've all been wondering why the CEO of the most important oil sands company in the world is so against developing the business that affords him his multi-million-dollar salary. Like I mentioned, he's also in favor of the anti-Albertan carbon tax. He said that a broad-based carbon tax is the answer. Well, now that's all shaking out. Keeping the oil in the ground is what the activists in the government want, and the carbon tax is what's causing this mass evacuation of foreign investments in the oil sands. And when Suncor parrots the government, it keeps the relationship friendly and gives the NDP destroyers validation for their policies. And when Suncor endorses the carbon tax, it means a massive fire sale for them to build their very own assets. Oh, they planned this. Suncor lost a lot of money during the downturn. Just as an example, they posted a loss of $2 billion in 2015 and lost shareholders billions. But they knew that this would all work out. Williams doesn't want to strand the oil sands. In fact, Suncor is looking for deals and even increase their ownership in Syncrude, one of the largest producers of crude oil in the oil sands. Williams said himself in an address to the company's annual meeting that they're watching closely to scoop up oil sands bargains. Smart business move to endorse the government and their carbon tax for your own salary and business's prosperity? Perhaps. Except that gain was all on Albertans, and it's a massive betrayal from an oil company for the gain of a few. And don't count the NDP out on this one. There's no doubt this is a case of you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. An endorsement for the carbon tax and keeping oil sands in the ground validated the NDP's carbon tax cash grab and any other green guilt scams they want to roll out, even if the CEO of Suncor didn't believe it when he said it himself. Every time we say a policy is going to hurt Albertans, the NDP can trot their friends in the oil and gas industry out to validate their plans. And these anti-business plans only make it easier for big oil companies to get bigger. Williams himself said there may be some incredible opportunities because I don't think there are many companies out there now that have a balance sheet capable of purchase. So the joke's on you, Albertans. You're paying more for gas, groceries, and getting poorer, so a few companies that can survive the NDP's policies that sabotage business can monopolize an industry, like CNRL, like Suncor. Make no mistake that this province is on fire, and if it's up to companies like Suncor and Rachel Notley, they're going to save themselves before they save you. For the Rebel.media, I'm Holly Nicholas. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click to subscribe to our new Rebel Canada YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of our latest.